Total War Warhammer 2 is fundamentally all about the Great Vortex. That's the centerpiece of the narrative, of the gameplay and what have you. Effectively, the Vortex is this great siphon that for thousands of years has been kept stable in order to keep chaos at bay. Kalador and a number of high elf mages all cast this massive spell to create the Vortex in the first place, to siphon out the winds of magic which are permeating through the world and allowing chaos in. Just after the Great Vortex was set up, the Lizardmen created the Great Warding in order to shore it up because they felt that it wasn't quite strong enough. In the trailer you'll see that all the races fighting basically for information about the Vortex because they all want to influence it to their own ends so that they can use it to gain ultimate power and domination in the world. You're seeing 3 of the legendary lords in the CGI. Teclis, one of the finest magic casters in the Warhammer world. He's far more globally oriented than the rest of the High Elves. So he's considered by the High Elves the saviour of the world. You see Malekith, who's just a nasty piece of work, frankly. He's a Dark Elf, and Malekith is just the epitome of evil and badness. And Mazdamundi is one of the great Slan for the Lizardmen, so very ancient, powerful magic users. So the High Elves and the Lizardmen, they want to keep the Vortex stable and keep the status quo and keep chaos at bay, but the other races may actually want to destabilise it. When we brought in the idea of the Vortex mechanic, it was to provide an interesting climatic endgame and a race that you could actually genuinely lose a game in a Total War campaign right up to the end. But we didn't want to do it in a way that you felt you had to engage with it. You had to engage with the storyline and make it start to feel linear. So you don't have to fight for the Vortex if you don't want. You can win in a more traditional world domination way. But for those that want to gain the benefits of casting rituals and affecting the Vortex and follow the narrative, then that's there to enrich their experience and provide a more narrative-driven background within the sandbox campaign. For Total War Warhammer we focused on the old world, but for Total War Warhammer 2, obviously that chunk of landmass to the west, which involves Ulthuan, Nagaroth, Lustria and the Southlands, we realised early on that we wanted to divvy up the world into 3 parts so that we could do all of the races eventually in enough detail that justifies the IP and a Total War game. By doing it in 3 stages, we're really able to deliver what we'd always wanted to have, but could not possibly have happened in just one game. What's with a rat? It's just a rat.